that there's just fucking toys everywhere. All right, I'm still doing test recordings, just trying to get the levels right. Say stuff, Burke.
Stuff.
Stuff. I just realized, by the way, after
Gonna
fucking doing this for 2 months, that for some reason in XSplit my camera was flipped, which is why I was never able to accurately point at you guys in your squares.
You told me mobile games, but you didn't tell me what to play.
Welcome to Space Chicken, the podcast that is literally watching Burke play Destiny.
Hey, guys.
There he is. He's up in the left-hand side. He's playing Destiny.
I am.
All right, and then over on the right, because now I can point to people accurately because I changed the way things are on the technical side of the hizzy, is Scott. Say hi, Scott.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
All right, cool. Why did you go so far down in the video to do that? Is the mic not your headset?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with me right now?
No, I have this. Okay.
Ah, look at that. The
He went for the mic.
Justice. Yeah. All right, so what we're talking about. Oh, by the way, Theraflop couldn't be here. He took an expedition to the Amazon for Father's Day weekend. Because he's on an evolutionary expedition to find out where he came from. And one of those pee hole fishes swam up his pee hole, so he's currently in surgery. Yeah, the pee hole fish.
Syphilis.
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 The sypha fish. I'm gonna get the pee hole fish. Let's see what happens when you Google pee hole fish. You
Make
get
sure safe search is off.
No, easy. Yeah, no, you get it. It's the candiru. The candiru fish swam up.
Will's tiny.
Yeah, and the thing about it, just so everyone understands, it doesn't matter how small your pee hole is. It'll fit. So that's where he is. Wish him all the best. Safe and fast recovery. Go ahead and send all of your donations for his medical bills to me. Contact information below.
Make sure you ask him on Twitter if he's doing okay.
Yes, ask him on Twitter how his candiru injury is doing. Which was weird because he got bit by a wandering spider. Do you guys know what the wandering spider is?
Is it like a normal spider that just happens to be walking along in random directions?
It is a spider whose venom, one of the side effects of being bit by it is painful erections. It gives you a...
Is this a legitimate thing?
It's a legit thing. It's called
the wandering.
It's called the wandering spider. You can go ahead and look it up while we talk.
I don't know. I'm not ready to refuse. I refuse.
You're not ready to have this knowledge.
I'm not ready.
This is just some stuff you need to know. By the way, they're trying to make like a natural form of Viagra out of this thing's venom.
So wait.
Which is weird because our quest for erections as a species has gotten to the point where we're trying to use spider venom.
Are there any other effects, or is it just you get an erection?
I don't know. I kind of stopped reading after that. I'll be totally honest. I think
you die. That's all I need to know.
Oh no! Well, no. There's the other part of it is it'll give you like long, painful erections, and then it'll just stop working. Like it'll erect you to death. So the thing about it was, poor Will was bit by the spider.
He was erected to death.
Into the waters.
Erected to death.
Sorry, I'm gonna tweet him
of
about
the
that
Amazon.
Right now.
That's why he was bit by the wandering spider. Then he was hoping that the calming waters, the piranha-filled calm waters of the Amazon River would help put it at ease. Because I don't know, he's like holistic sometimes. So he figured the water from the place of the wandering spider would have some type of effect. And all that did was it invited a candiru to swim up his painfully erected penis, and now he's in a hospital in the third world, mind you. He's in a third world hospital, which is so scary. That's got to be the scariest hospital to be in when you have a painful spider erection that has invited a candiru fish in. If I had to guess, of all the places I would want to be, it would be a hospital that was not in the third world.
Nice.
As Scott looks it all up to make sure.
No, I wasn't.
If
looking
he gets
it up.
into any expeditions
I
in
just,
South
I
America.
Just, I just tweeted Wilson if I heard he was erected to death. Is he doing okay? So
Wait, you have a Twitter?
maybe.
He just all right. So what we're talking about today, aside from that, is I have to put the timer on, so we don't run over. Like we it was weird on the last one when we did E3, which I don't know where everything's gonna fall in the order I publish it. But when we did the E3 coverage, we went over, and then I still had the timer. But we're talking about the power move that Mike's making. He is joining the Master Race over in the PC side of the house. It's a big. If you follow the podcast, you know that culturally, he started in PC, and then moved over to console for the convenience of it, which I think is the ultimate allure of the console gamer. I has controller, I has TV, everything is simpler. But I think in this age, I know I ran into it, having started in console, moved to PC, and now I do both very mediocrely, neither well. I find just having to share screen time. I live in a 1 TV house. That's now a 2 TV house, but used to be a 1 TV house. So
Look at you moving on.
yeah, get that paper. But as a permanent member of the Master Race, Scott, who has failed to upgrade, because I know you love when I do this to you on the podcast.
I have it right here.
What are we doing? Because you have to upgrade too, right? Because Dave told me your computer's ready to go. And I don't know what that means.
Dave. Yeah.
He just giggles. Yeah.
Evilly too.
It's the evilest thing I've ever heard.
Dave watched one of our podcasts, saw my video quality, and basically dismantled me and yelled at me for having poor quality. So he's helping me rectify that.
Oh, so what are you doing? What kind of upgrades? What rig? So I have a Intel i7 something or other. It's about 3 years old. So it's not the current generation. And then I have a NVIDIA 780. And then I have 16 gigs of RAM. Nothing else really matters aside from that. That's the baseball card of my rig, and it feels it's starting to feel sluggish. And it's being left behind, and I tried to future-proof it 3 years ago.
You would be so out of place being on mine right now. I only have 8 gigs of RAM. I have the i7 930 at 2.8. It's a very old card. It's like 2011 basically, around there ish. So, I mean, it does really good. I'm very meticulous about maintenance on my computer. So, I do a really good job, but it's hurting. It's struggling.
Like when you say maintenance, you mean keeping the dust off, or?
Well, I mean, you've seen my everything I install and uninstall. I'm very meticulous about what I have on there.
Okay, cool.
I run maintenance, although that's becoming less and less a thing. So, especially if you have an SSD, you don't even do it. But
can you explain that for the console kids, as Berkey would have called us back in the day? The difference between someone using a SSD, which is solid state, right? Solid state drive, is that what the SS stands for, or is it a Nazi hard drive?
It's the type of hard drive that'll corral a bunch of people. And no, it's it's SSD. It's just like
solid state drive, yeah.
Right. There's no moving parts in it, right? So it's the same thing that's in your phone. It's the same thing that's in your Surface Pro.
Thumb drive.
So, super fast.
All right, and
rewrite speeds.
Why is that better than the 1 terabyte I have in my rig right now?
The rewrite speeds are just faster. I don't know what the rewrite speeds of this, like a 720, you have like a 7200, right? RPM hard.
Yeah.
I don't know what the read-write speeds of that are, but like on an SSD, it's usually about 500 megabits, I think, around that. Like they usually average around that speed. So it's like, ah, man, I don't know what's the average speed of 7200. Someone out there is probably like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You're
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So why
They
you
say
look
that
up
every
real quick?
week.
So so while you look that up, just for the record, my laptop came with a 7200, but for those of you unfamiliar with the story of the day I broke my hard drive, I'll fill the time. So I have a gaming laptop. I made that mistake because it was back in the day when I needed portability versus upgradability. Which may be sad now because I can't just upgrade the parts. I'm going to have to buy a whole new rig. But the days of needing portability are behind. But anyway, here's the deal. I'm sitting there. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm not even playing games. I'm watching YouTube videos. I got my headphones on. But watching some crap on the TV. I don't know what's going on, but I got my laptop. Not on my lap because it's a gaming laptop. It's way too hot to keep on your lap. It'll burn the hair off your knees. So I'm sitting there. I'm watching my YouTube video, whatever stupidity's going on, and one of my kids, right? I has kids, right? Someone fucked me, so take that, internet. Anyway, so kid walks over, sees me there, doesn't say nothing, and next thing I have a cup of water. I usually have a cup of water with me at all times. Hydration is very important. She walks up, she takes the cup of water. It's a half-filled cup of water. It's not this exact cup of water. It's about the same size, but it was half full. And she drinks all of my water. She drinks all of my water. Like, it's my water. I'm thirsty. She didn't ask me if she could have it. She didn't say, hey, can you get me some water? Oh, Father, who provides everything for me. She just drank my water. She just ran that shit like I was a bitch. She walked up to me. She said, hold my pocket. I'm drinking your water. So she drinks my water. I'm like, whatever. I'm watching my YouTube video. I'll get up in a little bit. So then, with an empty cup in her hand, empty, she looks into this empty cup, and then she looks back up at me and goes, Daddy, I'm thirsty, and there's no more water. And I don't know what happened. Something triggered in me, because I always have a cup of water with me, and no one else has a cup of water with them, because they're all drinking my water.
Can I pause?
Go ahead.
How old is this child?
Old enough to be annoying.
That's 21. Look,
At this time. No. At this time, how old is this child?
I don't remember. That's not the point of the story.
It's very significant because
it's I don't remember.
It's context. It's context.
Might have been 4. Might have been 4 at the time.
So 4-year-old. Okay, I just want to be. All right. So a 4-year-old drank your water. Go ahead.
4-year-old drank. No, they just drink my water. You need to pay attention. Drank my water. Picked up the empty cup. Looked into the empty cup. Looked up at me. And said, I'm thirsty and there's no more water. As if though I committed a crime. As if though I've wronged the child in some way by not have had a full cup for them to drink out of. Do you understand?
Was she wrong?
Do you understand the trap? No. Shut up, Scott. This is
She
not
wasn't
what we're
wrong,
talking
though.
about. Yeah, she is wrong, because if she wanted water, she should have just gone, Daddy, can you give me some water? Not
Her
drink
statement
my
was
water,
true.
Then not drink my water. Anyway, look, none of that's important. None of that's important, okay? But I don't know, again, I had this sudden fit of rage came over me. And I went like this, 2 fists. I went, are you fucking serious? And I did like that, and I punched my my laptop that was on a small tray table, like for eating on your sofa or whatever. Just this odd fit, because it hit me in such a weird way. I'm like, who does that? Who drinks someone else's water and then goes, hey, more water? Why is your cup not filled?
Okay, can I just clue everybody in here real quick? The thing is, when you have kids, you start to realize that things that don't seem significant to everybody else in the world are very significant to you and make you very angry. So this can be compared to seeing somebody in a store with their kids unload on them in an aisle because the kid is doing something. But the people didn't see the first 20 minutes of the parent going, hey, listen, we're just going to, stay calm. If you're good, we'll do this. And that goes on for 20 minutes. And then when you explode, that's when everybody sees it and they're like, wow, the kid just asked for some chips. You figured, why are you yelling at him? So I just want to give some context and some
Yeah.
what life is.
Yeah, this was literally like 4 years of build up.
I just don't
Like,
think that smashing a computer is a good response for that.
First of all, it's the correct response because smashing the child is the wrong answer. Okay? You goddamn child abuser. Anyway, Mike, what you missed while you were up, I'm assuming fingering your dick hole, was I got angry and did he switch? Did he switch?
Wait, now.
Huh?
Totally switched.
He switched. He's literally playing Destiny, just for the record. He switched over to
This is the
Destiny.
most ridiculous podcast. I am really sorry.
He's just
I'm
letting us
really
roll.
sorry.
So anyway, after that, I got the kid water. By the way, the moral of the story: I didn't leave my child like low crawling through the Sahara Desert in search of thirst quenching liquids. I provided, as a father does, and then I got my water after my wife told me to calm down, and I got back and I got back on my computer and I hit play on the YouTube video and it started to kind of stutter. And I thought, hey, maybe my internet needs whatever. So I reset my modem and it was still stuttering. And then it went blue screen on me. And it went, hey, we hit a hard drive failure. We're going to self-repair.
Yeah.
This could take up to an hour. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. And I woke up the next day and it was at the exact same spot.
I don't know. If I'm running straight, then I'm going to make it.
I love it. We can totally hear him talking.
Yeah, I don't think he knows his mic's not on. Does he know?
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so did you look up that speed?
Yeah, so it says I don't know. There's like 100 different sites, but for a modern drive, it's like 80 to 160 on a 7200. So it's up to 500.
The forever lost dark corners of time.
What? Was that towards us?
I feel like he just hit us with a incantation.
What's in there? I'll go. What's in there?
It's a bunch of fat guys eating potato chips. There's a bunch of fat guys eating potato chips.
Somebody somewhere is driving a car listening to this podcast, and they're like, "Why am I wasting my time?" Essentially listening to this garbage.
Hold on, I'm gonna text him.
Can you mute him?
No.
What?
No, I can't mute him.
You can totally mute him. Press
Yeah, we do. We were missing Big Daddy JC.
Wow.
Big Daddy. Who's Big Daddy JC? Can we?
This should just be like a blooper reel. That's what this should be.
Can we find Big Daddy JC? Hold on, I'm gonna text him right now.
Why don't you just?
And then tell him that his.
Wait. Maybe I'll just hold up a piece of paper. I'll write something on it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is like a bomb is on bus. Remember, your mic is on.
It's on. This is now. This is not a cry for help. He's understanding. He's read it.
Gotcha.
He's read it, and
so now he probably thinks Big Papa and Jay-Z. Who was he talking to?
I don't know, but are they going to help him on the raid? That's what I need to know. Like, are they going to come to the rescue? I feel like they're not going to come to the rescue. I feel like he's boned.
He just cut us out. So what are we going to talk about now?
I don't know. I'm going to keep him small in the corner, and I'm going to move you over. Awesome! Two-screener. Okay, so, no, we're talking about upgrading our computers. And,
right.
What a penny ass it is. Because, like I was saying, he left, and it's just screwing up the goddamn thing. I got you, though, buddy. I got you. Resizing. There we go. And it's just like that's the downside of console versus PC, right? It's the same conversation that the two groups have been having for a long time. Console, you don't have certain issues. The software is designed towards the hardware,
Mm-hmm.
the development kits. I mean, you hit your limit higher, things look better on a PC because everyone's rig can display at different speeds and different teraflops of power and what have you. And right now, me and you and the guy who's tiny up in the corner now for some reason, and all but disappeared, are having that issue now because now I have to upgrade and I can't. I have a laptop, so I might as well have bought two consoles. A console that's the fucking PC. Cause like have you done any research into the Steam boxes?
I remember when they had first announced them, I started looking into it, but it was such like a the concept of it. I'd rather even have an Xbox or a PC. Like to have it felt like a third thing. It just felt like, but maybe it was different. Maybe it got more added to it. I don't know. I haven't done too much. So, is it better now? Is it basically like a high performance Apple TV?
No. It just what I want to know is whether it was upgradable or not.
No, I don't know.
Or whether you're basically console gaming, but on PC, but using PC games. Because they have the Steam controller, which I have a Steam controller, and I actually lent it to Will, and I haven't seen it since. But I don't complain because he got me the Steam controller as a gift. So then I lent it to him so he could try it out too, and then I haven't got it back. But the Steam controller is a little weird. It takes some getting used to.
How different is it from like an Xbox controller?
So the thing that sets the Steam controller apart is that the right pad is a touchpad.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah, that is weird.
But it acts the same way as the right analog stick would act, except it's not free floating enough. So that disc on the right side of the Steam controller. And let me pull up a picture of the Steam controller.
Did they do that for the sake of being different and not being a joystick, or is that like for a reason?
So it's actually genius, but for the ones that you need a standard controller for, it kind of shoots the moon. Is that even a saying? Shoots the moon? No, that's an original Steam controller concept. What do I want to say? You can use it to do like it's not just the right thumbstick on your controller, right? You can use it as a touchpad. Like when you go into the settings in Steam, it allows you to modify what it is supposed to be representing. So instead of representing like the right thumb pad, it can act like a D-pad. Or it can add like a touchpad where you're swiping, like you're using it the way a mouse would look. So you're using it like a trackpad instead of the right thumbstick.
Nice.
But that even comes off as a little weird because if you take the trackpad and replace it with a thumbstick, I'd rather have the thumbstick for anything I was using a trackpad for. You know what I'm saying? Like and I'm very comfortable with a controller because I've been using a controller for so long that I would rather have the right thumbstick. Like when I'm on Xbox and I'm using Internet Explorer at Xbox, which is very rare, it doesn't happen often. But when I am and I'm using the right thumbstick, I would find that more comfortable than using a trackpad. Because it's not as good as like the best trackpads. Like Logitech has some good trackpads. The trackpad that's on the Mac, for example, it's not as good as those trackpads. It's like a shitty trackpad that you would buy for like $20, like as an accessory, and then you go ugh. Or like one that comes with a Dell business computer. Like I don't know if you've ever used like a
Dell business computer.
Yeah. The trackpad on Dell, like whatever contract they use for government agencies or schools. like police departments or whatever that they give them
Enterprises.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is enterprise. So you go there and those trackpads are shit. You're like, give me a mouse, and then you get a shitty mouse too because you buy them in bulk.
I'd tell you that's one of the hardest things for me switching to like an Xbox. Like I popped on my 360 the other day because I was like, let me throw something because I have Gears of War 2 and we were talking about it for me 3, and I'm like, I want to try playing it again, just kind of get into it because I've always enjoyed that game. And I have the hardest time getting back into targeting with joysticks. Like I'm so used to the mouse being so quick. And I know people are really good at the controller, but a lot of times I see everyone playing and I'm like, man, I don't. It feels very hard to get back into it. It feels like something you got to put a lot of effort into. But.
Well, I don't. It's a different experience completely, but there's some games like a first-person shooter, any top-down action game, a la XCOM, a la Wastelands 2, like that. Like I need the keyboard and mouse. For example, like Halo Wars.
How do you?
They did a good job getting it to be controller friendly. Just like the Dungeons and Dragons, Neverwinter. Neverwinter did a really good job making the more classic RPG action bar fit into a controller setting. Even though it was more of an action RPG, generally speaking, than your regular just hit the 10 commands on action bar. But they did a good job formatting for it. But it's not the same. Like, those experiences are superior on a PC with the keyboard and mouse. And the first-person shooter aiming is more comfortable for some people on one than the other. You are more accurate. Like, you can do the test if you game on both and you're pretty proficient with both. You'll find that you're more accurate with a keyboard and mouse because you're just pointing and clicking. You're not guiding. Where when you do the dual thumbstick, you're guiding. Yeah, at the same time, like any action platformer, fuck a keyboard. Like, what do I need a keyboard for an action platformer for? Just looking in my Steam library. I don't remember the name of the game. I'm gonna pop it up, but I did send you one. Like Speedrunners, for example. I was just looking at the summer sale that they're having on Steam. Speedrunner. I need a controller. Pillars of Eternity, Starship, Stanley's Parable. What else do I have here? Oh crap! Where is it? I can't remember the name of this game, but it was like a really silly game where you it's like Trap Town. Like, there's a game out now called Trap Town.
Trap Town.
Yeah, or Trap something. Where you're like what? Battle Block Theater was the name of the game I was just talking about. That's an action platformer with like traps and stuff everywhere. And now like there's a whole bunch of games that are out that are like that. One of them is called Trap Town or Trap City or something like that, where you just kind of have to guide people through an area, and the area is just treacherous, and it's just like small jumping puzzles and what have you to get to the ending. Like, I don't want to do that on a keyboard and mouse. Like, I want to do that on a controller.
No, I hear it.
That experience is far superior with the gamepad in hand.
So I have a question for you. Mm-hmm. Now that we're kind of in this area, before we go off down the Steam sales thing, when was the last time? So you're talking about upgrading your computer, and I'm trying to think back of all the computers I've had and what I've updated and what I've, and all that stuff, and you're like right now you're at the point where you need to upgrade for VR capabilities, right? Like, it's a necessary upgrade. It's not like you can kind of squeeze by. Like, you need this really good stuff or else you're going to have nothing. And I can't remember a time when I had a computer, and I mean, I've always wanted faster performance and I want better graphics, but I was always able to do the things I wanted to do. I can't really recall a certain particular game that I was like, man, or a certain thing that I was like, I need a faster computer because I can't do this. And it's funny is that we've reached this point now where everyone's kind of hanging on to things a little bit longer than they used to. And it's like all of a sudden people are like, oh man, now I really got to spend a lot of money if I want this, this possibility, this experience, this what everybody else is doing type thing. And I was just sitting here thinking, man, I can't remember the last time that happened to me, where I was like, I literally can't do that. Like, I can't even put it on the lowest settings and kind of squeeze by. It's like I can't do it at all. So I was just curious, when was the last time you actually were in that position?
Well, the thing was when I got back into PC gaming, which was 3 years ago, I bought the biggest, baddest computer I could get. Like, I literally went all in. So I haven't felt that probably in a decade, which is when I got out. Which is weird because that feeling got me out of PC gaming. Like that feeling of, oh, I want this game, and they're like, you can't run it. And then I was like, because aside from WoW and Rift, I was not gaming on a PC for the past 10 years. Like, I would come back for WoW, and then I would come back, just for MMOs. But MMOs cater to the lower end system. That's why they could have 20 million people on. Like, they're like, what do you run? Like, I got 2 sticks and a monitor. Like, all right, we can run it on 2 sticks and a monitor.
We can make it happen.
Just don't go into the big city, like on like an event weekend.
Or just look down.
You have this stutter. The stutter. Your draw distance is literally going to be what's directly in front of you, but there'll be a hitbox on the bad guy. You can still see the numbers popping up.
It's funny. It's and I think that's what drew me to WoW so quickly. Was I remember sitting on my couch. I forget what I had been doing. This was 2008, maybe. No, 2006. When did South Park do their
the South Park
World of
episode?
Warcraft?
Yeah.
I kid you not, it was that show that got me into it because I love South Park and I happened to watch it and I'm like, I really have to try this out. I got to figure out what the heck everyone's talking about because I'd never done an MMORPG before that. Besides, well, it's not an MMORPG. You remember Tribes 2 or any of the Tribes games?
No.
Well, Tribes 2 was like a massive world. And like you could hop on a plane, and someone could hop on a plane with you. You can go bomb, and it's a lot of it's a first-person shooter or whatever. And I love that concept, and I loved big worlds. I love big worlds, and I like a lot of people in playing the game. I hate like 2 or 3 people playing. I like it to be madness. And I remember I had this little Dell laptop, Inspiron, whatever it is, crappy laptop that I was using for school, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try loading this on and see what happens because I met the requirements. And I loaded it on, and I was literally sitting on the couch playing it, with no mouse, with the trackpad and the thing. And I'm like, this is incredible. I have this huge world, and it's all on my computer, in air quotes there. It's all in my computer, and there's thousands of people that I can interact with. And that's what blew my mind. Is like I was like, because remember there was also was it World War II Online? I always wanted to play World War II Online because that was like the first big MMO that I had heard of. And that was before that. I forget when that was. But that happened, and I was like, wow, I can play on this low-end computer and do all this stuff and get this great experience. And then that ended up me getting the desktop because the laptop was just really slow. And that's when I started moving up. But I remember thinking like that. That's what drew me in to PC gaming, like, again, because I had gotten out of it. And I like the whole idea of the upgradability of a computer as opposed to, I don't know. You can play to whatever degree of quality you want. So, and with the Xbox systems now, they're kind of giving you that, right? So it's like you have the Xbox One, but then you could go to Xbox One S and get the HDR 4K whatever, or just HDR whatever play, or you can wait for Scorpio and get the 4K play, and it's kind of basically doing what all the games are the same, but you can decide how good you want it to be on your TV, an appropriate TV. And I've always liked it about PC is like, listen, I want to play this game and I can play it at my level, and if I want to go up, I'll get more RAM or I'll get a better graphics card, but I can still play it, which is nice.
Yeah, you see, but the difference with me is like I don't want to play it at my level. I want to play it at the maximum level. I want, like, if I'm going to be playing the game, like, I need it to be at ultra. Like, I click ultra. Like, when I first got my computer, every game I just clicked the ultra button. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I can run it ultra. And then like and Nvidia has this built-in software where it's like, hey, we'll optimize the game. If it optimized the game to anything other than ultra, I went back into the game and I clicked ultra. I'm like, no. Don't.
You're doing it wrong, Nvidia.
I can run it at ultra. All right. I don't know what optimal means to you, but to me, optimal means I'm gonna run it at ultra. And now, now it's 3 years later, and I kind of got to fucking upgrade. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's offset by the fact that you can catch a good Steam sale. You know what I'm saying? GOG does stuff on sale. Origins does stuff. Like every single game client has these crazy sales. I mean, XCOM 2 just came out. You can already get it 20% off twice this year already. The game's not 2 months old. Twice you've been able to get it for closer to 40 than 60. So I mean, you can get the cost of everything offset that way. Meanwhile, console games almost never go on sale, and when they do, it doesn't compare to literally the same game on PC. So I mean, there's a balance on it, but I've never like fired up my Xbox to go, man, I bet you this game looks way better on someone else's Xbox. Like that doesn't happen. Like I literally played The Division, and The Division looks gorgeous on my Xbox. It looks fucking beautiful. It's such a beautiful game, and I'm like, no one's having a better experience than me. Like we're all having the same. Like it's gaming communism. We all are having
gaming socialism. Now wait a second.
Experience.
Somebody's having a better experience. They're having a better TV or a higher quality TV, a better living room, a better couch, a better controller. It's there. The possibility is there.
But I mean, that's different though. Like for me in gaming, that's the weather. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so TV? You're saying TV? Because I mean, a TV could be very. If you have a lower quality TV instead of 720 instead of a 1080, for instance.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. So yeah, you're right. I'm awesome. Everyone else sucks. I have a 60-inch 1080p flat screen LCD TV. So everyone else,
So his gaming experience is better.
It's better. Mine's is better, but it's not because it's not because of the Xbox. Like,
I see what you're saying. So you're only limited by the accessories.
Right, and like I don't mind like if I have the same PC as someone else and someone else has a different keyboard than I do, like that doesn't bother me for some weird reason. They have a different mouse, which is weird because those are two actual things that affect gameplay. Like that, those are like advantages to the point where in Major League Gaming, the peripherals you use are regulated. Like there's certain macros you can't use, there's certain peripherals you're not allowed to use, things of that nature. So like it's a real thing. But that doesn't bother me. Like it doesn't bother me. You have a mechanical keyboard that registers the fucking keystrokes in 1/1 millionth of a millisecond. Like that doesn't bother me at all. But the fact that if your computer has a better graphics card than mine, I'm like, well, why would you? I wish I had the same graphics card.
Question on the subject of accessories: have you
Yes.
ever had a higher quality mouse for your computer?
So
like a gaming mouse with like a ton of buttons on it.
So I had the Logitech G10 wireless gaming mouse. I got rid of that for the Razer Tournament Edition Death Adder. And I just did that just because I bought a Razer keyboard and I didn't want two peripheral programs loading up when I started my computer. Because Logitech had a peripheral program and Razer had their peripheral program, and the least amount of stress you put on, no matter how the less stress the better. So I just uninstalled it. But I had the Logitech that had a bunch of buttons. I also had a old Razer one that was my MMO mouse. It had 10 buttons on it, so you could do all your hotkeys there. I will tell you that I don't use them.
No,
I used the G10 was great because it had weights in it, so you can literally like measure the like it matters, like it created comfort of how fast you can move the mouse, like that weightiness of it. This mouse I have now is way lighter, and literally the only thing I use it for is to program my push to talk button. Like my push to talk button is one of my mouse buttons, one of my extra ones. That's the only thing I use it for. Like I don't use macros in games. I come up like I use default controllers. I don't ever change the key bindings. that it provides to me in game. But I do the same thing on Xbox. Like
Wait,
if I go into
You
Xbox,
never changed the key bindings?
I've never changed the key bindings to any game I play. I just learned the default key bindings, and I use those.
Wait,
But
for MMOs, you've never set up like
macros,
action in the macros or anything?
no, never. If I want to hit my 5, I hit 5, and then that's it.
What about like 8, 9?
Dude, for a while you stand in place. Stop it. If I hit
What?
8 and 9, I'd hit 8 and 9.
Well, I mean, I get no. Oh my goodness, I don't know what you were playing.
I just.
I don't know what you were playing.
It's what it
You
is.
didn't-
But
so
I'm the same way with the console though. Like so like the standard for games right now, right? Is A is jump, right? Y is change weapon, X is reload, B whatever, right? If I go into a game like for example that's the Halo standard, right? If I go into a game like Skyrim, it doesn't have the controls like that. It has Y as jump. Right? I just hit Y as jump when I play Skyrim. Like I can go in and change it. I don't bother changing it. The only game that I've ever used anything other than the default controller options for was Smite. I changed Smite to make the action bars the triggers instead of the face buttons.
I'm not saying that you necessarily are limiting your gameplay, but I feel like you're limiting your gameplay.
Yeah, okay. In what way? Explain. Elaborate.
Well, all right. So you're creating more travel time, and you're probably limiting what you're pressing. I mean, in a sense, like an MMO, in WoW, I had Shift, Control, all as modifiers for 1 through 4. I had Q. Well, I forget what my keys are now. I had something weird for people, but like F, G, T, V were all additional buttons that had Shift and Alt modifiers or Shift and Control modifiers on top of the 3 buttons for each one. Like for me, that was like to make some characters actually do good both at utility and DPS or anything like that. You had to do that. I mean, you could do it the other way, but
I don't know, man. It didn't do anything for me. That's MLG shit, I guess. I don't know. Like when I go through and I play, I'm like, all right, what button's this? Like, what button's this? And all right, I got it. We're good. Let's just go forth and do great things. Like it doesn't matter. Look, shift is always run, space is always jump, left click is always shoot.
Right click is always alternate action or whatever.
Yeah.
The
the game industry has already standardized stuff for the most part. You know, control is usually crouch.
Yes, that's true.
It is what it is. I don't make a big deal about it, but I know some people go away and they spend a day just doing key bindings. I'm like, wow, what a fucking waste of time. I could be playing.
I sat down one day because I realized a big thing is backpedaling, right? You know, and so the one day I remember sitting down and I sat down and I looked at my key bindings. I'm like, I gotta make this work because I felt like I wasn't able to hit a lot of the things I wanted to hit when I was playing. And I like to heal, and there's all these little emergency things you have to do. And I mean, I use an add-on for monitoring everybody's thing and clicking on it. But when you clicked on somebody's health bar to heal them, it was left click is this heal, shift left click is this heal, control left click is this heal. So and plus you had all the actions when you weren't clicking on that. So you had all those modifiers for clicking on the health bars. Plus you had all the modifiers for just running around and not dying. And I sat down one day and I was like, all right, I'm hammering this out. Like it was like a job. Like I sat down for an hour and a half. I'm like, all right, and I'm gonna eliminate S, and S is not gonna be backpedal anymore. It's gonna be something stupid, so that I stopped doing it. I trained myself to do that. That's why, when I hear you, you're like, leave them the way they are. Whatever happens, happens. If I gotta press backspace and F12 to do something, then that's what I do.
Then I just don't do that. Like, if there's a thing that's I have to backspace and F12, that thing just won't get done in the game.
It's just not happening.
Yeah. I'll literally play a game, and if they give me, such an awkward thing to hit, I'm like, why would I ever hit that?
This could save your life. It's not going to, because I'm not going to press this damn button.
I'm going to go ahead and just do something else now.
Just Just gonna ignore that exists.
If you need me, I'll be assaulting the other half of the keyboard. This side means nothing to me. Although it's funny you mentioned, so like, I don't know, council people understand this. My brother got mad at me one time for keyboard turning.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he saw me keyboard turning. For those of you who don't know what keyboard turning is, right? So WADS is how you move. So W is forward, S is back, and A and D will make you turn, but you like turn in place. And I guess you're supposed to turn with the mouse and not be an asshole. And I wasn't turning with the mouse. Like I would stop and I would just turn my body with the keyboard. And he fucking my brother's been a PC gamer. Like when we both were PC gamers, he kept on with the PC, and then I moved on to console, and then I've come back around. So when I got back into PC gaming, my brother's over my shoulder, my younger brother yelling at me, "You fucking keyboard turner!" I'm like, is that like a bad term? Like, did you just call me, like, did you just drop the N-bomb of, like, computer gamers on me? Because...
Keyboard turn?
Yeah, like do I have to fight you now? Like, is this some shit where we fight now? Like, do we throw down? Do I just fucking roll a fucking 20-sided dice and we do this shit? But no. And he also uses, I'm going to hold it up for the camera. I guess I have one as well that I don't use. He uses a gamepad. Like that, like the stuff you put your hand on is like you put your palm on.
I can see it clearly in this picture of you.
Yes, you can. And he's not talking about the darkness. My computer's giving me fits, which is how we got into this to begin with, because it's time to upgrade you after 3 years, and it's not letting me share my screen anymore. So whatever. But he does that too, and again, like, that messes me up. Like, there's something wrong with my brain, where, like, I can't just pick what a button does. Like, that feels crazy to me. I don't know what feels crazy to me. It's like, yo, this button could be whatever you want. That's
not your personality either. Because you're totally the person that I don't know, I don't see you doing that. I see you taking extreme care about what everything does, because you care about damn gaming so much.
Yeah, but I care about it, but I kind of, it's like, yo, dude, just show me, yo. Yeah,
well,
jump on. All right, Birch gonna jump back on for the wrap up.
But when it comes back in, just be like, and so that's the end of the episode.
I'm gonna move you over.
Or be like, and so that's why I think the whole Britain exit thing was a good idea. It's just, we had an intense discussion on global politics while
you were gone, in your absence. I told him to jump on. I did tell him to jump on. All right, whatever. Oh, not enough storage space to process this command.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means, dude.
Last week it was RAM. This week it's hard drive.
Yeah, dude, it's time to upgrade. I'm on that website. He said, if anyone knows a good website where we could get like a quality, like a good sale, because like I've used iBuyPower, CyberBuy PC. This guy just put us on to Main Gear.
Not the state. Not the state.
No, MAINE, yeah, Main Gear. And like, I'm looking at the site, and even now I'm confused. I want to buy a cube. The light's red, and does closed loop cooling or whatever. Like, it's weird. Like, there's liquid cooling. Like, I missed a boat on that. Like, my shit's not liquid cool. It has a giant fan on it that'll fucking that'll melt everything.
Liquid magma.
I'm gonna dial him in. See what happens.
Please stand by.
Please stand by while we retrieve a Berkey.
Oh man.
I don't think he's coming on.
I have to say, I really appreciate anybody who stayed through to the end of this episode.
It's been terrific. We went all over the place. We started with erection spiders. We ended up on key binding preferences, and now we're just waiting for Bert to come on. But while we wait for him to come on, I do want to talk about stuff I've been playing. Got into the Division, despite the fact that I kept saying I wasn't going to get into the Division.
You were very adamant about not doing Division.
Well, I was adamant about not getting goddamn Destiny.
Adamant.
All right, because I was like, I don't want to get Destiny again. Like I've already been Destiny. I don't want to get Destiny again.
Like it's a verb. I've been destinied,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I don't.
I've been Destiny. They got me into a game that was really fun to play, and then they fucked me. Hey, he's here.
Huh?
He's wearing a hat now.
What?
Yes.
I
Why did
wasn't
you
wearing a
wear-
hat before?
He hit that raid so hard that he's wearing a hat. Look at that. Woo! And now you're full size. Look at that. This fucking thing is out of control. This show's off the rails, man.
Crazy one.
This show went everywhere. By the way, did you ever find Fat Papa J, or whoever you were looking for?
Jay-Z and Big Papa. Papa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They were next
found
door. They went to the wrong address.
They were in a corner
Oh, okay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
With the Papa Dots. All
They
right.
were at...
Well, you're here, so you can sign us off.
Oh. Well, everybody, that was Space Chicken. All praise to Thurcott Teraflop.
The third god? What?
Wait, it's the Rot. You got
Oh.
the name
Thurcott.
wrong.
I like
Damn it.
Thurcott.
Ah,
Oh,
you
Thurcott.
got the fucking
Thurcott.
name wrong.
Teraflop. I'm sure it has
I like-
nothing to do. It has nothing to do with any of this.
Thurcott.
All right. And then
Thurcott. Teraflop.
either way, so we're all getting new computers. Berkey's buying.
Oh, damn it. I missed a lot.
Space Chicken out. Scotty, say something. You're making it so hard to test record.
What you told me not to talk. So now I'm talking. I rearranged the room a little bit. I mean, now we have like instead of all toys being like just over here, now they're all funneled over there in that corner, right? And I moved that curio in here. There we go. And I still have the curtains. And there's the SSD that I haven't installed yet. Awesome.
I don't like this fourth wall break we just did. I like to believe that that room is like as big as the screen. Just like I was blown away when I went to Burke's house and I'm like, this room is a room. Like I just wanted it to end like on the edges of the Skype window.